the New England Patriots would be smart to run this back. And no, don't get too excited. I'm not talking about Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and Wes Welker and Randy Moss and all these different people. Because I wish. But anyways, we're going to be talking about someone the Patriots should re-sign as well. We talk about some coaches' comments. And as well, we talk about this game coming up against the LA, which, let's be honest, San Diego Chargers. Come on. Let's jump into it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, pushing out that content to people just like you who can't get enough Patriots football. So do me a favor, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment below. So we're going to jump right into it. We know the Patriots need to figure out, and we'll be talking about this shortly down in this episode, but the Patriots need to figure out, first and foremost, going into the offseason, who they're going to keep and who they're going to ditch. And so we look at Austin Hooper. Now, Hunter Henry, he is the tried and true number one tight end on this team. Now, going into the season, if you watch any of my videos, we talked about Jaheim Bell. Jaheim Bell coming out of Florida State. That team offensively was on fire. Then Jordan Travis got hurt, and then it went downhill, and it was a disaster. And this year, if you watched any college football, you realized it was a dumpster fire. Anyways, that's besides the point. Jaheim Bell was someone I thought was going to come in, was going to be versatile, had a shot at taking over that tight end number 2 position. But he didn't. He got very, very few. I don't even think he got 5. Maybe he got 5 targets, but very few. And so Austin Hooper really stepped into that role in plenty of times this year, came up with big-time catches in big-time situations where, again, we know, let me reiterate this, regardless of the game he made the big catch, it usually didn't come out in their favor, but Austin Hooper, when his name was called, did a good job. So Hunter Henry coming out basically saying, hey, I would love to have Hoop back. At the end of the day, it's going to be a decision between him and the front office and all that, but I would love to have Hoop back. Now, he was signed this year to a 1-year, $3 million deal, and that was in March. And so, again, if they could stay along those same lines, I think it could be very doable. I don't think he should be on a longer contract. You do it year by year. He's 30 years old. And so when it comes down to it, 1 year, smart move, run it back. Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper, especially Hunter Henry, probably throughout the whole year, the most reliable target for Jacoby Brissett, Drake May, whoever's playing quarterback, and him coming out and saying, hey, Austin Hooper, love to have him back. That'd be really great. It'd be good for this offense, be good for this rebuild. Listen to him. It'd be a smart move. Elliott Wolf, don't be an idiot. Sorry, that was a little too forward. But anyways, don't be an idiot. Sign Austin Hooper back. Be a smart deal. Very smart. Now we look at his stats this year. It's nothing crazy, but again, we look at consistency. All right? So we see his receptions, we see his targets in a lot of these games, in a lot of games in a row, starting through the Cardinals game, Colts game, Miami game, Rams game. He was perfect. Targets, receptions, 100%. And then after that, it's pretty much every game he had a couple misses. The Jets game early on was rough for him. But besides that, you look at, and that was kind of Jacoby time, obviously, back then. And so when it comes down to it, am I saying he is a star? No. But he is a good role player that the Patriots would be smart to bring him back. So comment below. What do you think? Austin Hooper, should he come back? Yes, yay, or nay? Comment below. Let me hear from you. Next, Gerard Mayo saying this, quote, talking about potential coaching changes. He said, look, I try to stay present as possible, but the reality is you always have to look out the front windshield when you're trying to build a team. For me, after we get through this season, there are a lot of things, a lot of checklists that you have to go through for sure. What players do you want to keep around? We just talked about that with Austin Hooper. Would be smart to keep him, and others I think are some smart moves. There's other players they've already started to get rid of this season that we've seen, such as KJ Osborne. And what coaches would you keep around? So it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to, hey, what does he need to do to put the Patriots in the best position? We know Gerard Mayo is not going to get fired. What can he do to put this team in the best position to win? First and foremost, it is going to be winning the offseason. Winning the offseason means using that salary cap to sign some players that are really going to drastically affect this team offensively and defensively. Second, the draft. Who are you going to draft that is going to come in and make an immediate impact? We look at teams that have made deep playoff runs, good playoff runs, such as the Lions, such as the Texans when the Texans made their Super Bowl or their playoff run last year. They had great drafts leading up to these moments. Draft well, sign well, most cap space in the NFL, and you're going to be looking good. You trim up some places where you think, hey, this is not a net positive for us when it comes to players and as well as coaches. So it's an interesting hint. Again, he's not going to drop any names. I don't think that's in his character to do that. But I do think we will see some coaches gone at the end of the season. So we will see. As well, I think this is another interesting comment by Gerard Mayo, and it's talking about the running back position. Again, we know Ramondre Stevenson has had his struggles fumbling. Earlier on in the year, he was benched. He had, 4 fumbles? It was rough. And so basically he was asked, could there be a change at starting quarterback? That's definitely still a possibility. I don't think that's it's a possibility, yes. Do I think it's going to happen? No. I think this is this strong arm situation where the head coach is coming out and basically saying one of those things where it's like no one's job safe, kind of coach speech. And so no one's job safe. You never know what's going to happen. We could do it at any time. So it's one of those things you want to keep your players motivated, and it shouldn't be one of those things where Ramondre Stevenson thinks week in, week out, it's his job. He needs to earn that role. Again, into the offseason, it's one of those things that Stevenson really needs to work on this. And so we'll see. Antonio Gibson, don't get me wrong, I love and would love to see. He's had some games where he's done great. He's had some games where it's tough to watch and he can't get like more than a yard. But it reminds me of the duo of Montgomery and Gibbs. Gibbs being Gibson, where he's more of the catch out of the backfield elusive type. Not saying Stevenson can't do that, but Stevenson's more of those guy, more the guy that's like, hey, it's 4th and 1 or it's 4th and short, and we're going to grind out these, and he can go north to south better than I think Antonio Gibson can. So again, not saying he can't go east and west and move like that, because he can. We've seen that done before, but I think that Antonio Gibson is a little more agile, and so I think they complement each other well. You get a better offensive line in front of these guys next year, and I think they can dazzle some people. That being said, last but not least, this week we got the Chargers coming up. I just want to show you this. In the AFC, you have a bunch of teams that are locked in, essentially. Obviously, Chiefs, Bills, Texans, Ravens, Steelers, and then Chargers. You got Chargers, and you got, let's hear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you got Chargers and Denver pretty much locked in, pretty much, unless they literally stumble. So the Chargers, that's who we have this week. The Patriots have. Again, they need to win this game. They need to win this game. So their backs are kind of against the wall, and so they are not going to come in and mess around. So I think it's going to be a tough game for the Patriots. A lot of people, a lot of things I've read about the Bills game where the Bills were kind of, I don't want to say the game was a wash, but they were kind of playing, with their playbook close to their chest. Again, sure, you can argue that, but we've already seen how many 15 games, that 14 before that game that they've already played. So there is a ton of film out there. I just think the Bills came out. Josh Allen didn't have a great week, and it's as simple as that. Can the Patriots be the Chargers? Of course, it's the NFL. You never know. But I don't think it's going to happen when the Chargers are like, playoffs are right there. we're not going to fumble it. So comment below. Tell me what you guys think about what we talked about today. I'd appreciate it. On your way out, it means the world to me. Hit that subscribe button wherever the heck it is. There's a little thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. And hit that notification bell if you've never done that so you can get the content on the daily. My name's Aaron. We'll talk later. Peace.